So this is Angie Alove, and I'm rocking with Chicago 773.
What's going on, people? It's the one and only DJ Malone. How you guys doing? Chicago 77.3, man. I wanted to get you guys to understand something. Um, the person I got that's on the line with me right now. I love how classy she really is, man. Um, I've been knowing her for a while, and see, for you guys who are real DJ Malone fans, I had a magazine called the DMP, and we saw it, and she was on the cover. So, and just from there, she always presented herself with class and just a good roundabout person. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and bring in Angie. Hey, look, what's going on?
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm
Hey,
happy here. Yes,
I appreciate you being on here, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling blessed.
That's what's
Blessed.
up.
It's like blessings after blessings. So I know God is working
That's what's
tremendous.
up.
He's definitely working. I can say that. Praises. Yes.
Definitely, man. Praise on that, man. So I want my listeners to get to know a little bit about you and how you got started and everything. So let's go into a time machine real quick. Where did this all start for you?
The modeling.
Yeah.
So, oh my goodness, way back. So in my teen years, I basically grew a sense of fashion. Basically, like pants, I would cut them up and make shorts. So I started like basically cutting up clothes.
Okay.
That's when okay, I like fashion. I started doing embroidery classes in high school. So that's when I know style. Like, okay, I think it started in my teen years, maybe like 13, just doing weird stuff like doing things in my shoes, coloring my
Oh,
shoes, painting my shoes, stuff where I didn't know then, but just kind of establishing myself, realizing that that's where it started from.
okay.
So
Okay. Now, what? Now, growing up, were you always into fashion, or just things that were colorful, or what really caught your eye growing up?
being different, I think it's like, it's kind of like even now, like I see things like even in the fashion world, like I see things, I'm like, I could turn this, turn that, cut this. Like I still have it. Like it's like you got an eye to just kind of make things your own, basically. Make your own. I see a pair of jeans right now, just regular jeans. In my mind, I'm like, if I had a line there, a
Yeah.
line here, like it's like it's like a style, like it's like imaginary in your mind, but you're bringing it to life basically and making it yours. So
I
I
get
think
that.
I've had that, like like just fashion basically, so I've just always had it in me.
I can see that, man, because I think a lot of times when we look at things, we look at things from a perspective of what's the word I'm looking for? A like a vision of like, hey yo, man, that's dope, and we create this thing in our head like, hey yo, I really want to do that. Can you hear me?
Definitely. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Now let me ask you this. What kind of modeling do you do?
Mainly like dresses, t-shirts, runway, commercial, print, stuff like that.
Okay.
Always classy. So just like you said, classy, gotta keep it classy.
Okay. Now, when did you know that that's something that you really wanted to do?
I think in my teen years, to go back to my teen years, like I think not just me like enjoying fashion or liking fashion or just having this imaginary mind of designing basically. I think it was more of a thing where it's like standing out basically, just kind
Okay.
of forming my own self basically. So I think from then till now, just forming me basically and making me me.
Yeah, I can see that. That now like I said, when I first met you, you were always, like I said, you were always on point. You were always
Thank you.
well spoken, and you knew your journey was. I can honestly say that about you. You knew that, hey,
Yeah.
yo, I'm not trying to go. You weren't trying to be in any ratchet stuff. Nah, that's not for me.
At least I try. God knows I try to keep it classy. With just not just with wardrobe, but just in general.
Yeah,
Because I feel like I have a brand to protect. And it's important. Whatever brand you have, you got to understand that's a representation of you. So if you ratchet, your business is ratchet because it all reflects you at the end of the day. So you got to be careful of what you're putting out there.
yes, you definitely do. You definitely do, man. Um, born and raised in Chicago.
Born and raised
Okay. What part?
South Side.
Southside. Hey, that's what I'm talking about, man.
Yes, gotta represent the South Side of Chicago.
Definitely,
Always.
definitely, man. Now I lived on the South Side for years. I was over east, 115th Imperial on some note, uh, 83rd
We
and
lived over east on Saginaw, 87 Saginaw. We've lived over east too.
so you remember the Moo and Oink.
I remember Moynihan. It ain't no more, unfortunately.
No, no, man. They don't
Yeah.
change it. Once they put the Starbucks there, I knew it was over. It was only a matter of time. So what's your favorite place to eat in Chicago? What's your to go to?
I love seafood, so I'm like a crab boil type girl. I
Okay.
like seafood. I'm sorry. I like the shrimp. I like the crabs. I like the potatoes. I like the crab boils. So
Really?
any crab boils are good. I'm pretty much simple. I'm not like we gotta go somewhere fancy or nothing like that. I mean, I like fancy. Don't get me wrong. I like fancy, but every now and then something like a Chili's is fine, steak,
Really?
stuff like that is cool.
Okay.
I'm more of a cooker though. Like I do a lot of cooking. So
Okay.
restaurants every once in a while I go as a family or date night or whatever. But I do a lot of the cooking though. So
Okay. That's what's
oh
up, man.
yeah.
I
Oh
I
yeah.
I I love somebody that can cook, and who can throw down and everything, man. So, um,
Yes, I learned early.
yeah, yeah,
My auntie Ann, gotta shout out her. Like she helped raise me, but she had me and my sisters. We were peeling greens at like I think I was like 6, 7 years old. Peeling
okay.
greens that early.
Wow.
So young. Oh yeah. So I'm definitely a cook. I mean, every once in a while, I'll definitely get out the house, but yeah, pretty
Okay.
much. Yeah.
Has Is modeling your first love, your first passion?
No, singing has always been my first love.
Okay.
Singing, I think I was singing like my auntie Ann always say, like I was like 2 years old running around and pull ups. I used to scream. She didn't understand like I used to scream and cry. She said she did not understand like this girl's always yelling, and it was kind of like my voice basically. She
Yeah.
learned that like, this girl is singing. She's just yelling, but she's
Yeah.
singing.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's singing. So I was just basically so young singing. And I think I would say like around the house, like from toddler to maybe like 7, 8 years old, just singing around the house, making up songs in my head. And I would like sing in the mirror a lot and going to church at like what 8, 9 years old by myself with like neighborhood friends.
Wow.
Yeah, I was in the choir that early. So that was basically my first love, but I was real shy. I
Okay.
can't
Okay.
say that. I would like sing around like family and stuff, but like when it came to like big crowds, obviously I was shy.
Hmm.
So I
Now
think like my older years, like with modeling kind of helped break the shyness,
I can see.
basically.
I can see
It
that.
definitely singing did too, but I think modeling kind of, you know, helped me branch more like confidence. Because
Really.
basically I'm becoming me,
Really.
presenting
Really.
me. So yeah.
I see that. What were you? Because I was in the choir too, so I was a baritone. I mean, a bass. I'm sorry, I was a bass. So what were you?
Well, I started out alto and in my older years, I'm second soprano now.
Okay. Okay then.
Yeah.
All
Second
right. So
soprano.
I ain't mad at that. I'm not mad at that, man.
Yeah.
I think see, I didn't know that about you. I didn't know that you can hold a note,
Singing was
man.
always first, but it's like I always tell people, like, I do a variety of things. So, and I think that was the biggest thing with me. It's kind of like so many people I've worked with, kind of, I feel like it was kind of forced for me to choose. Like, you can't do this, you can't do that. It's like you're doing everything. You got to do one at a time. And I'm like, and I just always felt like I'm kind of like forced to like choose, like, which one do you love most? I'm always asked that in even recent interviews. Which one
Yeah.
you like most? I'm like, look, I do it all.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
man.
do it all. I love fashion. I love modeling. I love singing. I love poetry. I love acting. I
Yeah.
love it all. I'm just multi-talented, basically. I
Yeah.
hate to have to choose. I mean, I love singing, because obviously God gave me a beautiful voice. So my voice can basically spread and, share the world who Angie Alove is.
Yeah.
And as far as the modeling, I'm basically giving self-love, confident, and giving style and still giving me in many ways. So
Hey,
yeah.
man. I like that. I like that you can't be put in a box. And
No,
that's
I think that's especially this year. I went on like a whole branch of look, self-love.
mm,
This is me, Angie A. Love. I'm not just a model. I'm not just a singer, poet. I'm it all. I do a variety of things. And I
yeah.
want the world to know it's all in me. It's not just one, it's all in me.
Yeah. And everybody has a different branch of them everywhere. Now, primarily I'm a DJ, but I'm also a radio host. I'm also a photographer. I'm also a videographer. So I
Exactly.
you know, it's just a one, I hate when people try to box you in and say, oh, well, you can only do this. But when you could
Nope.
do so many other things in the world, man.
Oh, I've been there. And I felt like I was always have to choose, and I don't like to feel like I have to choose when you're introducing yourself to the world, especially in the entertainment field. You should never limit yourself. At least I feel like you should never limit yourself. There's so many
Right,
opportunities,
right.
just like basketball players and other people that do different things. They got many other talents than that.
Yeah.
So they get endorsement deals, all kind of stuff. You can't just limit yourself to one thing. You got to be
No,
variety because you're gonna
you,
get old. That's another. You're gonna get old. I'm gonna get old. I don't know how long I'll be able to run if I'm 60, 70 years old on the runway. If I still got it, Lord, please, thank you. But who knows? I gotta have variety. So
yeah.
yeah,
But see, the thing is too, is that you're leaving a legacy. And that's the beauty part about it is that Angie A Love is not just a name, it's a brand. And that brand is leaving a legacy. Because we don't think about stuff like as we're going about it, we don't think about maybe 15, 20 years from now, your nieces or who your younger generation is gonna come up under you. Maybe, years from now, and they're gonna look back and say, wow, I had a niece, I had a auntie, I had somebody in my family that left a legacy. And that's a pretty cool thing, man.
yep. I always say that. Yep.
So let me ask you this, and I really, like I said, from the very beginning of this interview, I've always respected your image, and not just from a visual standpoint, but for what you stood on, and you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, and you really were like even with different projects, I could tell like you're really particular about, hey yo, what project am I going to? Even and this was years ago whenever you were on the DMP magazine and stuff, when you were on the cover, you were and it wasn't just like, oh well, no, I'm trying to see what you own. It was like, hey yo, what are you gonna be doing and how can this all benefit each other? And
Right.
not just on a level of, oh well, I don't know you, so I'm gonna give you a hard time, but you really thought about how this is all gonna pan out.
Agreed. And I'm still like that to this day. I just feel like I guess I would say like like you said, the whole brand, Angie Alove, and I'm setting a message like you can be sexy with your clothes on. And I'm basically representing that. Like, ladies, like you can be sexy, you can be beautiful. You don't have to be nude. Like, if nude is your brand, then that's your brand. Do.
Yeah.
If your brand, like me, is to be classy and have a representation and setting a message to certain women and young girls who will look up to you, who
Yeah.
maybe want to get into the fashion world or get into the entertainment industry, you have to set an example. What message are you leaving? And plus, I got kids at home. That's another thing. I have a daughter now.
Wow.
So I'm even more in particular because I have a daughter, because she's going to look up to me. She's already looking up to me. So I have to set that standard. Sexy? I'm sexy, but I'm also classy. I don't have to show a lot of skin.
Yeah.
I don't have to. You don't see me bending over in no pictures. No, none of that. I keep it sexy. I keep it classy.
But and see, I'm a big component on, you know, less is more. And what I mean by that is that you don't have to show off everything. Give them a illusion. You know what I'm saying? Make them wonder about it. And I think that's what's lost nowadays, is because anybody could just take off your clothes and
Everybody
hey,
want
I'm
to
here.
twerk.
Yeah.
Everybody want to twerk. Everybody want to twerk. It's like the new thing. Like,
Hey, I ain't mad
I'm
at
gonna
you.
twerk for my man at home. I'm gonna twerk for him, but I'm not on the internet. I'm sorry, that's just me.
I understand it because a lot of people got to realize 10 years from now, a lot of that twerking you guys are doing, you're going to have to pay for that. Some people don't realize just because it's not affecting you now doesn't mean that it won't come back. There's a lot of stuff that can come back on people, man.
Yep.
So now let me ask you this. With you doing all this, how do you find time for you? How do you find time for Angie, like personal time?
I barely get personal time. Just being honest, I barely. Whew, that's a tough one. Because I think
Mm,
that is what's missing.
yeah,
Because I don't really have any time, because I'm always, if it's not working, if it's not events, if it's not kids, if it's not family, I don't. But that is what's missing. But I also feel like I have this thing where I'm like, you know what? I'm a sleep when I'm dead. Right now, I just have this mentality. I just want to live.
mm,
So I'm gonna live my life and live it up. So maybe the time that I need right now is to just do like I'm doing, live. Because I felt
yeah,
like before, I feel like I was just kind of existing, just trying to figure me out, just here. But
right.
now I'm at a state in my life where I'm actually living. I'm enjoying life. I'm enjoying me. I'm enjoying family. And I'm keeping positive, and I want nothing but positivity around. And
That's
that's
right.
how I'm living my life. So it's like me time. I feel like me time. I might get my nails done, get my hair done, boom.
Yeah.
But still, I'm like in the urge of like the mommy mode. Get back to the kids. Get back home.
Mm,
I never want to really be without them, because I miss them real easy, like
yeah.
So
I mean,
yeah,
that's natural. That's natural. I mean, you
yeah.
going because
Sometimes too, I'll be like, they okay, texting, like, yeah, they okay. So yeah,
but
it's
you know
just the
what?
mom.
You know what though, man? Like we love our kids, but we can't be stay away from them. They get on our nerves, but we can't stay away from them. We can't.
Yeah.
So, um, balance wise, how do you balance that? Because how do you balance being a mom, being a partner, being um, Angie Love, the brand, the singer, the actress, the model? How do you balance all that?
Well, I have help. I can honestly say that I'm not doing it all on my own. You know the saying, it takes a village. I actually have a village.
That's what's up.
So of course their father helps, babysitter helps, nanny helps, grandma helps, everybody helps.
That's
And I
what's
think
up.
that's the biggest thing. Like, you know, shout out to the single mothers who really don't have the help or don't have babysitters or can't get out the house. I understand it's hard, but when you have a village, appreciate your village, appreciate the people who's helping you raise your kids and
Right.
put your kids on track. Appreciate those people, because it's not easy. So I
No,
can say my village, my team, my family, the people close to me who's been a big help. I thank everybody.
that's real.
Catherine, love you, Miss W, everybody. Tanya, shout out Godmommy, everybody.
Hey, that's what's up.
So
That's
yeah.
what's up. And I think this is what it is with you, man. And I think you're cut from a different cloth, man. That's just what it is. You just cut
I heard it.
you just
You
cut
know, I think I
different.
had to accept me being different. I had to really accept it because when you, especially like growing up in Chicago, you know, whew, being a black
It
girl that talks proper, tuh, imagine how hard that was. Where are you from? You know, like people down. Like I think
mm,
when I was like 9, like my my neighborhood, you know, friends, whatever, the neighborhood
yeah,
they used to call me Country Alabama. And I'm like, I did not understand why y'all calling me Country Alabama. I
yeah,
guess I was
yeah,
always different. It just took me time, I guess, to like as older I get, like just to accept that, hey, you are different. Accept it.
yeah,
God didn't make you to be like everybody else. So I think when I was like younger, I was kind of like, like I said before, like trying to find myself, trying to learn who am I? Because I never felt like I basically fit in. Even with my own siblings, I never felt like
mm,
I fit in. I always felt like I was like the outsider. And when you feel like you're the outsider and you don't relate to the people close to you or even your peers, it can cause self-esteem issues because it's
yeah,
kind of like you trying to find who are you? This person's like this and this, and it's like you have no interest in that. You don't know how to do this or do that. And it's like you're like the outsider. And that's how I always felt. And that's why as I got older, even now I'm like so content. I'm so confident in myself.
yeah,
I know
yeah.
who I am. I love who I am. And I've grown to know from then till now, yes, I'm different from the way I speak, from the way that I carry myself, from the way that I dress, from the way that I talk, from the way that I walk. Look, I'm me.
And
I
that's
wasn't
beautiful.
designed to be everybody else. And I had to accept that.
And that's a
I
beautiful
had
thing,
to
though.
accept it. Yeah.
That's and here's the thing is that I know growing up it's hard because when you look outside of your door, this is even your room door, it's like, okay, well, I'm I don't know where I jail. I don't know where I fit in. And it's not until whenever you get older you realize, hey, yo, man, like I was cool either way it went. And and I know sometimes it's hard because it gets wild when, especially when you're young, because it's
Yeah.
like it's. Did you ever find yourself trying to prove yourself wrong, not others, but prove yourself wrong? Like, oh yeah, yeah, I'm this person, and then when you realize when you get older, it's like I never really even had to do all that because I was who was I was supposed to be.
Yep. Yep. I've been there. I have been there. And like I said, I felt for so long, I just never belonged. And I think it was always weird for me, especially because I'm like I got siblings, right? And I'm the only one that sings. So like growing up, I was the only one basically in the choir, in the studio. So it's like nobody really around me would like be singing or modeling or and so that's like everybody else is, they want to go party, they want to go hang out, they want to go
Yeah,
and eat. I'm trying to sing. Singing was my first love, my everything. I was singing all in the neighborhood. So they
yeah,
knew me
yeah,
as the singer more than anything else.
yeah,
Fashion just came obviously later on.
yeah.
So
Now,
yeah.
what about projects right now? So are you working on anything right now? What you got going on?
With the singing,
Yeah.
well, actually, I'm looking to record because I got nothing but songs. I just need the
Okay.
right production. I need the right production behind me because, like I said, I was always told certain things. I got to focus this, and that, and I'm like, I'm giving the world me. I'm gonna model, sing. I'm gonna do it all.
Yeah.
Poetry, you name it.
That's what's up, man.
Because I'm not gonna limit myself no more. I feel like I have before, but this time I'm not limiting myself. I'm gonna do it all. I'm gonna show the world me.
Yeah, that's what's
So
up.
there's
That's
no
what I want to hear,
limitation.
Angie. That's what I want to
Yes,
hear. That's what's up,
yes,
man.
yep,
And you know what though? I think this took time for you to get to this version of you. And sometimes
it's
it
just love. I think when I did the the model icon competition, that was my biggest thing that I said this year, 2023, is self-love. Like I'm on a whole nother level, loving me, loving you, and teaching others and putting that out there. Love you. Stop trying to live up to what society wants you to be or what you look like or what you should be like. Be you.
Real.
Because the biggest thing that people don't talk about is a lot of women, per se, they are so wrapped up in trying to change their bodies and change their image. And then you ever notice like a person, like they get their nose job or they
Real.
get their butt implants, they do it again. They
Yeah.
do it again. They keep doing it, right? You keep changing your face. Why? Because you're not happy with you. That's why I said the whole self-love movement is what I'm preaching on. Love you, because if you don't love you, I don't care how many surgeries you get, you're going to keep changing,
Real.
fixing
Real.
your nose, fixing your eyes. Then you're doing something else to your body. You don't love you, because if
Real.
you love you, why do you have to keep changing you?
Exactly. Exactly. Because at the end of the day, and here go a crazy part. Only if you don't love yourself, you're always going to be competing with yourself.
Yep,
Because
yep.
no,
That's
I
what I
could
meant.
I could I could
Yep,
tell you everything under the sun. Hey, yo, man, you're beautiful, this, that, and the third. But if you don't believe in that, then
yep.
that's the only thing that
That's
matters.
why a lot of people do Botox, like, and they keep getting it. And you notice how even some celebrity, they keep changing, they keep getting Botox, keep doing stuff to themselves. You're like, what happened to her? Why she keeps doing this to herself? They're not happy with it because you're gonna keep changing you. You get all that surgery, then you got to get surgery again and again and
Real,
again.
real,
You're never gonna be happy with you until you love you. Not
exactly.
just outside, but you gotta love inside of you. You gotta love you. Because it starts from inside. You gotta love you. And
It definitely.
that was my movement this year, like self-love. I'm big on that.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up, Angie. I'm so happy for you, man.
Oh yeah.
Give it a round of applause. God damn, where's my round of applause, man? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm talking about, man. Self love, goddamn.
Yes.
That's what.
Absolutely.
So now let me ask you this. Now I know when you said you sing, and this is amazing to me. And the crazy part about it, how long we've been knowing each other?
Oh my goodness. Oh, it's been
About seven,
oh
8 years now.
maybe longer. Look, probably longer. Maybe 9, I think.
I because you came.
Mm,
Matter of fact, you
been
came
long.
to you came to Monty's studio. Me and Monty's studio. Big shouts to Monty. Big shouts to him. You came to the studio. We did the suit, and I think that's where I wow, 13, 14. I think it was 14.
Because I think, yes, it's been a long time. That's almost 10 years.
Yeah.
Long time.
Wow.
Yeah. See?
That's
And I
crazy.
got a relationship, business relationship with a lot of people for that long, like that I've honestly worked with. And that's important too, to
Bro.
always, especially like business relationship, you got to keep those,
Bro.
because you
Bro.
never know. Like, we help each other network, opportunities. And look, I'm here.
Hey, yay, man.
So,
Yeah, man.
long, and that just shows all these years. So
I'm just happy for you, man. I really am.
thank
I think
you.
and you know what I like what I've been loving is that you're making your rounds. I'm seeing you doing interviews here. I'm seeing you doing interviews there, and I'm like, and not just it's not just I need to get on the bandwagon, because I've been on the bandwagon with Angie Alove, man. But the fact is that I like when you're moving around, and now people are just getting you're really getting your just due. And that's what I love about everything right now, is that you really are like, hey, yo, man, this is me, and this is my light right here.
Absolutely. Yep.
So
'Cause
now,
I feel like I got a message, and I'm
real,
using my purpose. I'm using my voice.
real, you got
Yeah.
to, because ain't nobody else gonna do it for you. Got
Yep.
to. So, um, What you doing for Halloween? You got any plans for Halloween?
I'm taking the kids trick or treating, and we're gonna probably go to the Croc Center. Hopefully, the weather's nice.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully.
Fingers crossed on that, because we'll see. But definitely, we're gonna dress up. We're gonna look good, and celebrate.
Hey, that's what it is.
Like they
What
say, negative to a positive. It's the devil's day, but hey, we making it positive. Hey,
yes. Yes. Yes,
gotta
man.
make it positive. So we gonna make it positive.
Any upcoming suits? Any photo shoots that are upcoming?
I got a few shoots coming up. Actually, what's today? Today is Thursday. So this Saturday, this is gonna be scary. I'm getting over my fear of snakes. So
Okay.
I'm shooting with live pythons Saturday.
Oh wow.
These are huge snakes. So I'm getting over my fear. Like I said, this whole year, I'm like branching off to a whole different direction. So that's going to be interesting. So Saturday, I am shooting with snakes,
Yeah.
live.
Oh
They're going to be
man.
on me. So, Lord be with me on that day. But
Yeah.
yeah.
You might need a drink or two. Might need a drink.
I just may, but I don't know if they like, how dogs like sense fear. So I don't know if
They do.
snakes.
They do.
I'm gonna have to let them direct me, but I'm gonna get through
Yeah.
it.
But hey,
So,
kudos to you for that, man. That's what's up.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
What has been the most creative suit so far? The most creative photo shoot you had so far?
The most creative that I've done. Let's see. I've done so many.
Yeah.
You know what? Motorcycle. Oh, that was
Okay.
so dope. I think I did the motorcycle shoot.
Yeah.
That was super dope. I love that.
Okay.
It's just the way, like, when I took the pictures and everything, it just straight gave like Aaliyah vibes. Like,
Mm.
it's like the whole urban look, the scarf. Just, I'm always being like glamorous, right? Most people know me just glamour, glamour, classy, classy. But when I switch it up where I'm doing shoots that like outside of my range,
Yeah.
kind of like, because I love a challenge. I don't
Okay.
want to just be like I always say, I'm not gonna just limit myself. No, I'm
Right.
branching off. So when I branch myself off and I'm doing like something totally different, even like the Python shoot, like that's gonna be so different for me.
Yeah.
But I think that whole motorcycle, because it was so dope. Like it was just literally so dope just to do something different
Yeah.
out of
Yeah.
the ordinary, what I'm normally doing. I
Right.
mean, everybody know me, always dresses or whatever, but to do something different, the whole motorcycle thing was pretty cool. Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Oh yeah.
That's what's up. You know what, man? I done seen your pictures and everything, and it's like you're very versatile on just you could do anything, and you know what I'm saying. And I think you're willing to try it, and I think that's a beautiful thing.
Yep.
So that's like I said, man, I'm just happy for you, man. I really am
Thank
happy for you.
you.
I told
I'm
myself,
actually
man.
going to send you a flyer for an event that's coming up that we're putting together. Shout out Yo Radio Honey, because I told her I was going to shout her out.
Okay.
So we're putting together December 30th. We're still working everything out, but December 30th, we're putting together a youth award show.
Okay.
So all across Chicago, different kids, teens, that's basically honor roll students or kids that's basically, been doing things, active sports, they're going to be awarded basically.
Okay.
And it's going to be like a stop the violence type of thing. Going to have different sponsors. Going to have like Power 92 there, ABC News there, different people
Okay.
that sponsor. So we're going to have like gifts and stuff for kids who didn't get Christmas gifts, because some kids they don't. They live in
Yeah.
whatever they live in. But we're gonna sponsor and donate. So donations can be needed as well. So that's going to be pretty big.
Okay. Okay.
We're still working that out, but it's definitely December 30th. I'm gonna have all that information on my page too.
Okay. December the
Yeah.
30th. All right.
Oh yeah. Yep.
You need to let me know information so maybe we could do media, you know,
Yes,
and
definitely. Definitely. We're
come
gonna do
out
some
there.
we're just putting the rest of the info, everything together basically. But it's definitely December 30th. So that's
Okay.
a for sure. Yep.
Okay. Okay. Oh yeah. Definitely, man. I'm I love the fact that you're giving back.
Oh yeah, I'll be hosting and I'll be doing like the red carpet, all of that good stuff. So
So,
yeah.
so you're gonna be wearing your Rip the Runway shoes, man.
You gotta represent.
I see it. I definitely see it.
Yeah.
Okay,
So we're gonna
I ain't
have
mad at
different
that.
kids and stuff there. You know, they gotta be awarded. We got our youth is our future. So
Yeah,
we have to award them.
yeah, definitely do,
They
man.
are our future.
Definitely. But you know what though, um, Angie Love is leaving a legacy, and you're building that groundwork, man. I'm trying to tell you. Watch what I tell you. 20 years from now, and I'm letting you know now. 20 years from now, you're gonna look back and like, damn, like I did that, man. I left the imprint on here. So they keep doing what you're doing, man.
I always say I'm gonna leave a stamp on it. I always say that.
You
So
did.
when I'm dead and gone, especially I got kids and maybe be a grandma one day, who knows? But they'll look back and they'll see the positivity. Because you're gonna have your negativity, but remember the positive.
Real.
Positive, that stamp I left, that mark
Hey,
forever.
hey,
Because
man.
I set the trend, just like anybody in my family, I'm the one that's setting that trend. I'm
Definitely,
doing it.
man. You got to,
Somebody's
man.
going to do it. And that's why I said, God made me who I am, and I'm living my purpose. I'm living it right now.
That's
I'm
right.
different. I accept I'm different. I don't question God. I don't question who likes me, who don't, who accepts me, who don't. I'm me.
Hey,
Get used to it because you're going to keep saying Angie Alove.
hey, man. You
You
better
got to
get
keep
used to the
doing
name,
it.
man.
So you might as well accept it because I ain't going nowhere.
Hey,
So,
that's what it is, man. I do, like I said, I do appreciate this, man, because I told myself I was like, hey, yo, man, whenever I get my platform, so this Chicago 77.3 radio station is all me, and I told myself when I get to a point where I can, I'm gonna reach back to people that really I really thought were dope to me, and like
I
one.
appreciate it because even back then until now that you watch the growth and you still feel like even then to now, like this girl has always kept it classy. She's always had a stand.
Yeah,
Like it's like that lets me know, like, I've been doing right. I've been doing my whole purpose, my whole movement has been the same. Like, and I stayed positive through it. And
yeah,
for you to watch all these years, it's like, wow. Like you said, 20 years, you're saying it now, 20 years. I'm gonna even look back more like, wow, I did that.
yeah, man. Because you think about it now, shit, time is going by fast. I mean, but this between how long we've been knowing each other, that's 10 years. So you think about how much you even did in between that time.
Yes.
So it's a wonderful thing, man. Andy, where can the people find you?
Say that again.
Where can the people find you?
Oh, you got to find me on Facebook, Angie Alove, AngieAlove. Instagram, A.Love_number 1 diva.
Definitely, man.
Yes.
Hey, you got a website or anything, or just those two?
I'm actually working on my website because I have my own brand made to model.
Okay,
So
dope.
I'm actually working on that because my next goal, I want to coach models. That's my next goal.
I would
Definitely do
love.
a lot of coaching.
I would
Yes, because
like
I
to see that.
feel like people individual, but it's kind of like I want to make this more of a bigger thing where I actually coach and do it through my website. Yep.
And
So,
see, even with that, that's a form of Angie Love right there. Is that the way what you're teaching them? They're learning from you. You know what I'm saying? And so your name is gonna be phenomenous just within that. Subliminally and directably. And I
yeah, because
think,
people always asking me like all the time, messaging me, well, how did you get in this? How did you get in that? Or, well, I want to sign my daughter up for pageants. Or how do you get it in pageants? Or how do you do this? And I'm like, it gets overwhelming. So I'm like, you know what? I don't mind helping someone. So obviously I'm gonna give them information on what they can do. But I think if I have an actual website, it would help too.
yeah,
So that's my goal.
that's what's
Yep.
up. All right.
Yeah.
Well, any big plans for 24?
24, I'm definitely gonna do a lot of traveling.
Okay.
Sure. I'm doing Atlanta Fashion Week in that June. So I am doing that. So that's already
Okay.
established. But I'm doing more traveling.
Okay.
My goal and my prayer, I said, Lord, I'm gonna live my legacy, but my biggest thing, I want to see the world. Before I die, I want to see the world. I want to travel. I want to know that before I leave, I did it all. So
Hey,
that's my goal. I'm gonna travel more.
that's what's up,
Yep.
man. I'm
Live my
happy.
dream. Do it all. Yep.
Angie, I'm so happy for you, man.
Thank you.
Keep being you, man. It's like, you ever heard that song, This Little Light of Mine, I'm gonna
Yeah.
let it shine. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's you right there in a nutshell. So I do appreciate this. One more time, where can the people find you on Facebook and Instagram?
Facebook, Angie Alove, ANGIE and Instagram, A.LOVE_number 1 diva, DIVA.
Hey, man. Now, before you go, I always ask artists and people who I interview, can they do a little drop for me, a little shout out? So I want you to say your name, and I'm rocking with Chicago 77.3.
Say my name, and I'm rocking with Chicago 773.
Yeah, point
So
three.
my name, not yours, but mine.
Yeah, your name. Your name.
Okay. I got you. So this is Angie Alove, and I'm rocking with 773.
Chicago. Chicago.
Chicago.
That's what I'm
All
talking about.
right.
This has been pretty cool, man. And like I said,
Yay.
man, if you need anything, do not hesitate to give me a call. Hit me up, and we'll get it going.
Thank you. Definitely means a lot.
I do appreciate
But
that,
I'm gonna
man.
definitely send you the flyer for December 30th. So you